Good evening. So today, the topic for the seminar is importance and applications of lichens. Before moving into this, before discussing this importance and applications of lichens, let me give a just about the meaning of this lichen. What are lichens? They are the type of a plant wherein there is a they are the symbiotic organism with a stable and a special structure which is composed of a microbiont and a photobiont. Just now Padma gave a brief introduction regarding the same. Microbiont, it is the fungal component of a lichen, whereas the photobiont, it is the algal partner of a, or an algal component of a lichen. So most of the microbiomes, that is the fungal components, they are from ascomycetes, and few of them are from basidiomycetes, deuteromycetes, and phycomycetes. Whereas the photobionts, the name itself indicates, photo means photosynthetic, that means which do have a green pigment called chlorophyll, which belongs to the prokaryotic cyanobacteria and eukaryotic green algae. Coming to this fungal hyphae, which will wind and surround the algal cells, which determine the shape of the lichen. So previous presentation, she has given an introduction regarding the same also. There are 3 different types of lichens based upon the shape, and they protect the photobiont from external damage. So due to the particularity of lichen symbiosis, the secondary metabolites of lichens, they constitute a
Excuse
unique.
me, ma'am.
Yeah,
The slides are not moving, I guess.
I have not yet moved.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Due to particularity of lichen symbiosis, the secondary metabolites of lichens, they constitute a unique group. Then what are these secondary metabolites? See, as a result of metabolic activities that is carried away by the cell, they release a 2 types of metabolites. One is the primary, another one is the secondary metabolites. The primary metabolites will be utilized by the organism for the growth, development, and reproduction, whereas the secondary metabolites, which will have a greater significance to the ecosystem as well as to the mankind. Irrespective of the organism, whether it can be a bacteria, algae, fungi, lichen, human beings, in every organism, there is a synthesis of this secondary metabolites. So today, we are going to discuss about the significance of lichens under the heading, again, which is also an important component wherein we call it as a secondary metabolite. In lichen, the relationship between the organism, it is regarded as a mutualistic, means mutual. Both are benefited here. Both the fungi as well as the algal component. The photobiont, which contains a chlorophyll, it is a site of a photosynthesis. The organic component, which is produced by this algae, will be utilized by the fungi, that is the microbiont, except for the growth and development of the photobiont. So the in reverse, the microbiont, it supplies the photobiont with the moisture, because we know that the what is this? The fungi, it doesn't have any kind of roots as such. It can absorb the moisture content or the inorganic salts through this hyphal structure from the environment. Yeah. Coming to the today's topic, the importance of this lichens. Right from the baby cream to the deodorant to the face and the body lotion, the extracts of lichen and other botanicals, they have become a common additives in the personal care products. That is, they form an most important supplements in the personal care products, especially the all these the products which have been utilized. I mean, in order to they are the part and parcel of all these products. There is another way wherein we call it as an lichen therapy or ethnolichenology. It's a branch of ethnobotany. Ethnobotany in the sense, like it's a study wherein how the people of a particular culture or a region, they utilize this indigenous plants, that is the native plants. So that is called as an ethnobotany. So lichen therapy or ethnolichenology, it's a branch of ethnobotany which studies the uses or that man makes the use of these lichens traditionally. Lichens are also used for many different kinds of medicinal purposes. There are general categories of use that reoccur across the world. Right, lichens, they often drink as a decoction in order to treat the ailments relating to either the lungs or the digestive system, particularly, which is very common even today in Himalayas and also southeastern China. Lichen, they derived bioactive compounds. They hold a great promise for biopharmaceutical applications as antimicrobial, meaning anti is against microbial. It fight against the microbes. Antioxidant. See, as a result of activity, metabolic activity of the cell, there are certain free radicals or the molecules which have been generated inside our body, which can harm the other cells. So this lichen, it is used to fight against such kind of free radicals, wherein we call it as an antioxidant. And cytogenic, cyto means cell, toxic is the toxicity of it, which harms the body. Usually we mention here it as a carcinogenic cells. So it has a capability to fight against all these cancerous cells also. So this is one of the most important, or the wherein we call it as a significance of this lichen. And in the development of new formulations or technologies for the benefit of human life. Lichens as bioindicators. Yeah, in the previous class as bioindicators. All forms of lichens, they do not show the sensitivity towards the pollutants. There are two types, especially the crustose and the foliose lichens. They are pollution tolerant in the sense they have a ability to absorb the heavy metals which are present in the pollutant air. Okay, so by analyzing that, we'll come to know, okay, what kind of pollutants are present in the air, especially when it comes to heavy metals. Okay, they have a capability to acquire a large amount of these pollution tolerant lichens. When it comes to India, there is a species by name Pyxinococcus. It has been utilized for the assessment of accumulation of heavy metals in the commercial, industrial, and also the residential areas. This Pyxinococcus, it has an ability to accumulate the arsenic acid and also the fluoride content and also the heavy metals like aluminium, arsenic, copper, iron, and zinc. Next slide, sir. Yeah, lichen as a source of food. Lichens, they serve as an important source of food for invertebrates. Invertebrates, the organism which doesn't have a backbone. For example, the mites, caterpillars, termites, snails, slugs, etc. They either feed partly or completely on these lichens, and the excrete of these organisms, it serves as a most important manure. Like in the sense, like these invertebrates, they have an ability to unlock the nutrients which are present in this lichens. And there is a particular type of species of lichen called as Cladonia rangiferna, which is commonly called as a reindeer moss. It's a main food for reindeers, a kind of deer which is present in the polar countries. Cetraria islandica, it is another kind of species of lichen which is also used as a fodder for horses. And there is also a convincing evidence that over many centuries, people from many cultures in widespread parts of the world, they have eaten or the drunk this lichen or the products which have been derived from lichens. When it comes to India, we all are quite aware of this. And the picture which has been given on the left-hand side, it is a parmelia. I mean, usually in Kannada, we call it as a kalhu, most commonly used as a curry powder in India. Whereas in France, the lichens are used in confectionery for making chocolates and pastries. Species of Stereocolon, Evernia, Parmelia, Lecanora, they're also used as a fodder. Next, sir. Another most important significance of this lichen is usage of the lichen in industry and also in the weathering of rocks. Lichen dyes, they play a significant role in the industrial revolution. In what way? These lichens, they give a natural color to the textile materials, and especially the dyeing up of this textile materials, it has a commercial importance, and it is a most valued application of lichens. One more thing, like it is also used, these lichens, they have a significant role in the weathering up of rocks, which has been studied right from 19th century itself, which involves two types of processes. One is the physical process, another one is the chemical process. When it comes to the physical mechanism, the characteristic features of this hyphae penetration, that hyphae will penetrate into the rock as a result of thallus expansion and contraction. This is the physical mechanism. As a result of this physical mechanism, there is a withering up of the rocks which add minerals, the minerals. Again, those are the secondary metabolite products of this lichen which will add up to the soil. And as a result of a chemical action, the oxalic acid and several other lichen substances are also play a major role here. And many of these secondary metabolic products, they are powerful metal complexing agents leading to a disintegration of rocks. Coming to the future prospects of lichens, how lichens going ahead, going forward will be useful, or else how the significance of lichens can be highlighted in the future. We have come to know, yes, lichens, they are found in every continent. You name a place, you can see this lichen, irrespective of the physical type of that environment, whether it can be a forest, a mountain, a hilly region, a cold region, or else even the water, the ocean. Wherever you go, you can see the presence of this lichen. And these lichens, yes, they have used as a food, as a medicine, as a dyes, livestock feed, and also other fields also. The pharmaceutical potential of lichen is high, and several companies are now attempting to commercialize these unique attributes. See, industrial production of lichen metabolite, it is yet to progress because approaches are there towards the axenic cultivation. Axenic cultivation here means growing up of a specific species of an organism under controlled conditions, like aseptic conditions, you can tell, or else in an environment which is free from any kind of contamination. So now they have started growing all these lichens under aseptic conditions for the industrial production, to see like how this secondary metabolites, because it's a unique way wherein as we discussed, it's a mutualistic or a symbiotic association is there between the two organisms, and the secondary metabolites which have been synthesized by this, they are very unique. So this has given a good hope in identifying the new molecules that can be used in our pharmaceutical companies, and also which will be having an industrial applications. Thank you.